Hello everyone, I'm Wesley, and I will be discussing the New Teen Titans Volume 1. And so this is the story of the New Teen Titans being assembled to face basically evil incarnate from another dimension known as Trigon, who is threatening to enter our world and wants to conquer it just as he's conquered his own. Uh, so uh, the the new Teen Titans are formed shortly after the original Titans were disbanded, and the original Titans were basically just the teen hero counterparts of Justice League members. But the new Titans follows some of those former members and some new characters as they try to establish their own identities and figure out who they are and to become a team of their own. So let me just introduce the characters that make up our team real quick. We have Robin, Kid Flash, Wonder Girl, Cyborg, Raven, the Changeling, also known as Beast Boy, and Starfire. So that is the new Teen Titans, and like I said, identity is a huge issue of this book. The team is kind of haphazardly put together by Raven, who is the only one that knows that the Trigon threat is coming, and she first approaches the Justice League, but they refuse to help her because they sense great evil within her and can't trust her. And we later find out why. I'll get back to that. But let me just talk about the different identity issues that the characters face. So let's start with Robin. He is trying to establish himself as a hero separate from Batman to prove he can be a crime fighter of his own and be a leader. There's Kid Flash, who is torn between continuing his life as a superhero or to quit and lead a normal life, a normal college student life. And then there's Wonder Girl, who was adopted by the Amazonians and is kind of torn between two worlds herself. And then there's Cyborg, where identity is a huge issue for him. After an accident caused by his scientist's father, he has to be rebuilt in order to save his life into this half man, half machine, and he has a lot of trouble accepting that. And he holds a lot of resentment against his father for turning him into the cyborg, and also a lot of anger because that same accident killed his mother. So he has a lot to deal with there. And I will get back to Raven. And the Changeling, he is the son of a billionaire, one of the wealthiest people on the planet. So he can basically do anything he wants, but he finds himself by becoming a hero and being a part of a team. And then there's Starfire, who, as part of a peace agreement between her homeworld of Tamaran and a planet they were at war with, she was traded and can never return home to Tamaran. If she does, it will reignite that war. So she's trying to figure out where she belongs and who she is. But I mostly want to talk about Raven, who turns out is the daughter of Trigon, the demon that wants to break into our dimension and conquer it. And so she has a part of Trigon's evil deep-seated within her. However, she has a human mother, and her mother was part or is part of a pacifistic cult that lives in a plane between dimensions known as Azarath. And in Azarath, they practice absolute pacifism and peace. So she is stuck between absolute evil and absolute peace. And she calls for help. She wants help from Azarath to stop Trigon from entering Earth's dimension. But Azarath, or the people of Azarath, are so determined towards peace and nonviolence that they're willing to let Trigon conquer our world because they won't take any hand in violence. And Raven's huge struggle comes between figuring out how to stop Trigon without embracing the evil within her, but she also has to move beyond the peaceful teachings in which she was raised in order to stop him. So it's a very delicate balance for her. And basically, all these teen heroes are struggling with these identity issues and figuring out who they are and what kind of life they want to lead while facing the Trigon threat. And they all come together and realize that you have to take action, but it also has to be compassionate action. Even if it is technically violent and using force, it's the motive behind that action that that makes it okay. That you can find a balance between peace and violence, and that things aren't exactly absolutes. And so the the main plot line, there's other stuff going on, but the main plot line revolves around stopping Trigon and figuring out what that balance is between peace and violence. And they do so by banding together as a team and supporting each other and helping affirm each other's identities. So that's what I gathered from the new Teen Titans Volume 1. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.